kind of money on anything.
Did y'all drive by the Rose Bowl?
No. We were out there. He was a camp counselor for the Nike openings, and I just went out there just to hang out. You know, I wound up hanging with Jeff Martin that used to work over at LSU.
Now at USC.
Yep. And just met some other friends, or met up with some other friends out there just to be there, but I didn't go by the Rose Bowl. No.
How cool was that experience? How cool is it now for him to be coming back and getting I mean, he's always been thought of as the #1 recruit, but now I think he's thought of as the #1 player in college football. What is the feeling now of this offseason with him?
Well, he's really more confident than ever. I think
I feel that. And just looking at his social media,
he is so
you can
ready
feel
for
that.
this year.
Yeah, you can feel that.
You know, he was like, you know, last year, naturally, you had a lot from the injuries, and then even the start of the season with the pandemic. Are we playing? Are we not playing? The SEC changing the schedule. You know, this team doesn't play because of COVID. You know, so it was a little, you know, mentally for him to really stay dialed in. It's like, I'm ready, but then, we're not playing, or are we playing? Like, I remember during training camp, he would ask me, because he always thought that I just knew it all.
Sure.
Dad, are we playing this year? Yeah. Are we playing? I was like, from what I'm hearing, yeah, but, you know, there's a chance we may not. You know, I'm hearing something about if by this time and date, there's a chance that no Boyne will be playing. But then that time went by, and then we were playing, and he was like, oh, we're playing? Okay, well, all right. Yeah. So it's like you're up, you're down, up, down, up, down. But now he's kind of like, he's laser focused. You know, he's doing more, like paying attention to the things that he know that he may need to work on a little bit more. He's bigger and stronger. Like if you see him, it's like
I've just seen him in pictures.
It's different level big. Like
his neck. I mean, it's just features that look just make him bigger. He's always been yoked.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But there's just features on him that make him look like, damn, he's gained 10 to 12 pounds.
Doubt. Well, no, it looks that way, but he's still 195. We were out there in California, and I was with the corner from Florida, his dad, Kyer Elam. I was with his dad, Abe Elam, and we were on the side just talking, and one of Abe's friends came up who played with him when they were with the Jets, and we were talking about, you know, our boys. They was out there working out. Mo Wells was giving them a little workout, and the guy was like, well, which one is your son? I said, well, that's my kid right there. He was like, wait, he's a corner? He was like, good Lord.
Yeah.
You know, because this guy played safety in NFL, and he was a big 6'3", you know, good-sized guy. And he was like, he looks bigger than me.
Right.
So Derek gets that a lot. When people see him up close in person, they were like, wow, you know, I didn't realize that you were that big, that tall, that you know, in that stature. And I was at one of the practices, and what's his name, brother? Number 2 on our team.
Reed Gilbert?
No, the receiver.
Coy Moore.
Coy Moore, yeah. His brother, him and I, we were on the sideline, and we were watching the practice. This was before, you know, the break and all that. And he was like, man, he says, Sting look like he's the biggest one out there. But we're looking at the linebackers, we're looking at the safeties, and then bam, there's Sting. It's like he's just this stature.
Specimen.
Yeah, and I'm looking like, oh, wow. But he's moving fast. He's moving all that. It's not like he's not big to where it's like, oh, man, you done put on some weight. You look a little sorry. You look sluggish. No, it's just he's just
filling out. I mean, he's getting older.
Yeah.
You right way to ask this question, because I want to set it up right. I would call you during his freshman year. Did you see that? Yeah, he's all right. He was all right. He was all right. We're like, well, he shut him down. When he's got the mentality and the confidence that he has right now, what are your expectations for him?
I'm still somewhat of that coach in the stands. Just, you can have all the confidence in the world, but you got to play with good technique. And I'm watching that more than anything. I think he's going to do those things. He's going to be like super prepared, understanding that this could very well be his last year and his year to really prove and separate himself, possibly in the draft in some form or fashion. But, you know, I know football. You know, you can be great for 10 games, and you can have one bad game that can just wipe you out. just about.
Yeah. What's the emphasis for you this summer on him when he's feeling like that?
Well, I mean, hopefully you don't have any bad games.
Yeah.
Just still, it's play by play. You know, just stay ready, because he knew from last year he would get these exotic routes combinations, or these hitch and goes, out and ups to a post. You know, something that you don't prepare for as a DB. And, you know, he had to deal with that, saying, you know, why don't I just get the regular post slant to go or hitch?
Because you'll pick six it.
Why everything?
Because he's not open.
Why everything got to be so smoke and mirrors against me? And then, no, now this year he understands that stuff like that can actually, you know, come his way. So you can't just be so aggressive to where you see the one route and you want to attack it, but now it's a double move route. And now they're creating some form of separation, because for the opponents, if you catch a pass over Stingley and now even Ricks, it's going to be like
an accomplishment.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we got confidence that we can probably catch balls against these boys, and we're going to throw at them a little bit more.
I keep thinking that.
Yeah, no, it's going to be tough. I can tell you that with them two on the corner.
What do you think about this scheme, this personnel? To me, this defense feels like they are a bunch of caged animals right now.
I love Coach Jones. The way he kind of.
I saw y'all interacting at camp. I mean, it seems like y'all have a good vibe.
Yeah, I mean, he's a real good dude, man. He's approachable. He's one of those guys where he loves to talk football. He's a football guy as well. But he's good for Derek because he just left the NFL.
Yeah.
So he knows what the coaches are looking for, what the scouts are looking for. You know, he's always talking to Derek, explaining to him about, you know, how they break down a player, you know, even the top recruit, like how they broke down Jeff Okuda. And, you know, he was the 3rd overall pick, but look at his cons. He showed him this list of things that was this long.
Wow.
But he had, you know, his pros were good just as well. But it's like, you're never going to be that perfect guy. So you can strive for it, but even if you have a bad game or a bad play here or there, it's not the end of the world, because the NFL is always looking for potential. But I think with Coach Jones, the way he coaches and how he communicates and keeping things, you know, you got your athletes, but then you're making it simple enough to where they're running around, they're playing with their hair on fire.
Confidence and speed.
And you hear them out there communicating through the checks. You know, it's not just, you know, this guy motions, now smoke is coming out of everybody's ears. Like, what do we do? You know, now it's more so like, hey, this guy goes, move, bump, you got that, hey, change it, whatever. This guy comes back, it won't confuse him as much as, you know, last year was just a little bad year when it came to some play calling, I guess.
And you like the personnel on this team, don't you?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I truly think the defense is going to be much improved from last year. In my opinion, the offense won't skip a beat. I thought the offense played great last year. We just didn't help them enough on defense. But I mean, we just got to wait and see who the quarterback is going to be, I guess. But outside of that, I think that this team is they're gonna have a real good chance of being in the playoffs.
How does your world work every day when people are? Do you know what you're going to do next year at this time? Do you know kind of where you will be? I mean, do you have that stuff figured out, or do you continue to go through that process?
Well, because number one, we really don't know where he's going to be. Naturally, because of the draft.
Sure.
You know, everybody, they have all these mocks and all this and that, but you go back in history and look at these mocks, most of the times the number 1 pick is the only one that they get right, maybe sometimes number 2. Then after that, it's just whoever needs what, right? So, you know, if all things goes accordingly, maybe Derek could be a top 3, top 5 pick. So naturally, we know that those teams probably won't be the best teams, unless the team just truly trade up and just want a top corner or something like that. But we're just looking, you know, for him to.
And I didn't mean destination. I meant more on the overall process of what you're going through, and I'd imagine that you are so in demand.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I feel like that world, you are just sitting in the teeth of the demand period.
It is. It's almost like the recruitment process all over again. But at first, it was just colleges and position coaches and some head coaches. Now it's like
corporations.
Yeah, financial advisors, marketing agents. Now, of course, then you still got the agents you're dealing with that we're interviewing, that we're talking to, and it's just making the world just like, you know, I got calendars, I got notes, I'm taking.
I'm sure you look
down.
up and it's 9 o'clock at night.
Well,
you know, I mean,
but the way I do it, I'm still in control of it. So sometimes I'll say, hey, I'll get back to you tomorrow, or it may be another day or two. I still like to give people their time. You know, I like to be more so upfront with them, so no one is going to be like, oh, wait, you said this. No. This is how we're handling things. But, no, I mean, with that, yeah, we're in demand. Derek is in demand, but Derek, he always funnels it all to me. And that's what I told him to do. I said, with anything, you know, even if someone comes up to you and just, hey, man, I would like your time, you know, can you do this or that? And the first thing he says is, you know, talk to my dad. You know, just talk with him. Because Derek is already, you know, but he's getting better. He's a whole lot better at speaking. But he's still somewhat reserved.
He's just a shy guy, man.
Yeah, he's reserved. So it's like, he don't mind doing it, but he'll be like, well, okay.
Yeah.
You know, if my dad says okay, I think I'll do it. But then the first thing he'll say is, Dad, just don't make it so early in the morning. Because that boy does not like. Remember the very first interview you did with him? He was like, wake up, boy.
SEC Media Days next week. I don't know if they've made the announcement or what's going on. I don't know if they're taking him, but I mean, this is. I think that first interview we had with him, we said 3 years from now you'll be in Birmingham at SEC Media Days. But
I would think that they would take him. So.
Me too. What about you? Elite Football Academy. I see just everything.
Man,
all
you know
the
what?
training.
I've been doing a lot of traveling. So for me, it's this last month, June, and a little bit going July. I've been in and out. So it's been busy still. Yeah. My first day back actually was the day before yesterday. Okay. Yeah, back in the gym. So that's, and I hadn't been there probably since maybe early June. Wow. Just dealing with a lot of, you know, business travel, personal stuff like that. So, but, you know, things are busy. We got camps coming up. We were trying to get, I was trying to do like a sports day camp, a football day camp for kids from ages from like 6 up until maybe 14, 15, you know, for some of the parents who probably was looking for some daycare. Like a babysitter. So to speak. Yeah, basically. Yeah. But unfortunately, with me doing all the traveling, trying to put that in place, and then other guy that I was going to have doing it, he was somewhat running a little football group, football organization he runs, a 7-on-7 team. He got a little busy. So that was something that we were really looking forward into doing. But, you know, I think Hester and them, they're doing some camps and things like that. I know Christian Lockefer, he's over there. He's doing some stuff as well with some camps. So, you know, it's still busy. We're still got a lot of people coming through the doors, which is a good thing. So people know about us.
Saturday, July 17th at Central High School, Jacob Hester and Elite Football Academy are putting on a 8 to noon football camp at Central High School. You can learn about it online at Elite FBLA. That's their social media. Elite FBLA is where you can find it. I'm looking at their Twitter account right now, and the first post is about Hester's training camp or camp coming up here on Saturday, July 17th.
And Hester does good with those camps. I mean,
he does. Yeah, he does. He's very much in his element. Oh, no doubt. Out there on the field. Yeah. Thank you for always allowing us the access and bringing us in, bro, man. I'm grateful for that. You don't have to do this, and I know that you're very busy, and I appreciate you scratching out 45 minutes for us here this morning on answering all of our questions. Yeah. Send our best to the boy, and we'll see and talk to you again soon. Thank you.
I got to get you to 7.
Yes, please. Yeah. Are the days of free autographs over? I'm just asking from I know for the kids, you know, I mean, the kids walk up, but just I'm not even talking about from Stingley Jr.
Came up.
I'm not talking about Stingley. I'm just talking about all in all.
It could possibly be, but you know, I told Derek something that he could probably do to still value his signature when he gets to the NFL. Sure. We're going to change his signature right now.
Right.
They
Yeah.
have a college signature in the NFL. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the type. I mean, like, you got to be prepared for those moments, man. I mean, and that's what you get when you got the old man behind the
So
scenes.
he's just sitting at the desk,
Pulling
just
the strings.
practicing.
Well, we're probably gonna go with like initials for
Oh, he's gonna have to
college,
sign so many things.
and then when he gets to the NFL, it'll be his complete name.
DS Junior 7.
Maybe.
Right. Good to see you, bro.
All right, brother.
All right, Coach. My man. Derek Stingley Sr. here with us for a couple of minutes.